Welcome back, everybody. On today's review is a little bit different. Rather than my typical first impression review, today I have two products that I bought months ago with the intent of reviewing, but I never did. But I've been using them ever since. And after using them for a while, I realized both these might be of use to some people. One uses heat, one uses light, and they both solve everyday problems in a unique way. Using your phone to heal mosquito bites or using flickering lights to help you calm down? Let's start off with the first item, the Heat It Insect Bite Healer. This is a smartphone bite healer. I paid $29.95 for this on Amazon. It currently has a 4.7 star rating among over 200 reviews. And it's pretty small. There it is, that's it. That is it. Some information in here, it's kind of, I have to read that over. Now they claim that this will treat your itch and pain of bites and stings with your smartphone. It applies concentrated heat at 124 degrees Fahrenheit. They say it's medically proven. Includes a free app that allows you to select among 12 modes. Made in Germany, because you know the Germans always make good stuff. Now people online who liked it, they say it surprisingly works on mosquito bites. They love the small size and portability, and they say it gives instant relief. Now those who didn't like it on Amazon, they say it's not hot enough to be effective. They don't like having to use an app, and they say it does not help with bites. So I will peruse this, and then when I get bit, we'll give it a shot. All right, so this is all there really is to it. If you look at it closely, there's a little mosquito icon right on there. And as you can see, it's quite small. In fact, it's almost easy to lose. But all you have to do is open it up. And then we have a USB-C connector there. As soon as you plug it into your phone, it pops up the app. As soon as I plug it in and ask if I want to communicate with the dongle, I'm going to say allow. So here is the app itself. You have three options, short, medium, and long. I always go long. You have child and adult. Obviously, I always go adult. But you could start off small and kind of work your way up if you're not sure. They also have a sensitive slider as well. So then what you're supposed to do is, say you have a bite right here. I'm going to say, let's say this freckle is a bite. You press the start button. It says, heating, do not apply yet. And then you apply it to your actual bite. And it's hot. I can feel the heat there. It definitely is quite warm. If you can see here now, there's actually a little bit of you can see a mark there. But let's time how long each one of these lasts. Let's go short first. I'm not going to apply it to anything, but let's see what we got. And I'll show the time on the screen. Short first. Heating. Now applying. That definitely seems a lot faster than the other one. Okay, let's go medium now. This looks like it has 6 seconds for the application. Long, heating. This one looks like it's about 9 seconds per application. Also, when it's plugged in, you can see there's a pulsating green light here to let you know that it's working. Let's see how hot this tip of this gets. 95, 105. Looks like that was 105. I think the instructions say it was supposed to be warmer than that. Let's try one more time. Do it back to back. 93, 98. Can we get there? It was not as warm that time. Let me check my skin now. I'm going to apply it to my skin. Once again, heating, do not apply. I'm applying. I really wasn't ready, but I'm doing it anyways. Okay, it's hot, it's warm, it's hot, it's warm. All right, let's try it and see what this looks like. You can see that warm spot there. The warm spot's 98.6. But the rest of the skin is actually cooler than that. Oh, I have sensitive selected. Do I want sensitive? I don't know if I want sensitive. Let me see what the difference is without sensitive. I've been using sensitive this whole time. Let's try the tip not sensitive. Oh, 100. Oh, it's a little warmer. 99. Well, that one really didn't get much warmer. I don't know how what the sensitivity setting really does. Let me try the child setting and see what that does. Child setting sensitivity off. I mean, it looks like it's roughly the same temperature, so maybe it's shorter. I don't know. It doesn't look like there's a huge difference between all the different settings. I mean, slight differences, not big differences. But on the other hand, I don't really care because as far as I'm concerned, it's been working for me. This video is all about light and heat, and out here in the desert in the middle of the summertime, we got plenty of both. But we never really had mosquitoes here in Las Vegas until 6 or 7 years ago. I went from 0 bites for the first nearly 30 years I was here to having like 40 last year. So I do end up reaching for this every time I get a mosquito bite. Now I have found that it takes usually 3 applications on the adult long setting. But after a couple applications, it does reduce the itching quite a bit, and it seems to reduce the amount of time that the mosquito bite even lasts as far as the itching goes. I used to use the hot spoon method, which does work, but it's a little bit messier, not quite as elegant as this, and not as convenient either. So I really am a fan of this product, and if you find yourself dealing with mosquito bites, it might be worth a shot. And now we move on from heat to light with the Lumenate Nova headset. That is a companion to the Lumenate app that I reviewed a couple years ago. And that uses flashing light to help relax your mind, calm your mind. Some people say it puts you in a semi-psychedelic state. So the app was pretty cool, but then they came out with the mask itself. They call it a consciousness shifting light mask. And I'm definitely a believer in the app and the mask itself. In fact, when I got the mask, I unboxed it. But I was so eager to use it, I never actually ended up reviewing it. That is until now. And speaking of, let's head inside and jump into it. This is a product I've been using for 6 months, and it connects to this app, which I reviewed 2 years ago in an unlisted video. Now, the app came out a couple years ago, and it uses flashing light technology to help you relax, to help you go to sleep, to help you focus and ease your mind. They say it can put you in a semi-psychedelic state. Now, my review I did in August of 2024, and I will link that below if you're interested in checking it out for yourself. But they later came out with the Nova headset, which is an enhancement to the app itself. But before I get to this, let's take a quick flashback to my original review so you can see how the app looks and what my initial reaction was. So at first glance, it just looks like the light's just flashing in my face, which it is. But if you pay close attention, the light is actually flashing at different intensities, at different speeds, and the vibration matches that as well. It seems to be somewhat synced with the music, but not always. I think if the music doesn't have much of a rhythm to it, it doesn't really sync with it. But it does seem to be somehow aligned with the music that you're listening to. Now, this is the meat and potatoes of the app itself. So if you try it and this part of it doesn't really work for you, then there's really no point in going on. But to me, I'm able to kind of just focus on that flashing light. And it's fun. I see various colors. I see different patterns, shapes, colors. It kind of plays a lot of eye tricks with you, which I guess is why people say it seems like a psychedelic to them. But to me, the fact that I can kind of focus on that flashing and listen to that music, it does help me clear my mind. Sometimes in the middle of the day when I'm kind of overwhelmed thinking a lot, I'll throw on a 5-minute session and it kind of helps me reset. It might seem like some spiritual weird mumbo jumbo, and maybe it is. But I've found that it kind of helps me take a moment to kind of reset my brain. So if you're sensitive to flashing light, I definitely would not recommend trying this app. But to me, I've actually found that if I can't sleep at night, it helps me fall asleep because it takes my mind off of all the things in my mind. It allows me to relax in the middle of the daytime. I'm kind of a fan of it. So initially you had to use your phone, you had to prop it up and it would flash the lights right in your face. The only problem with that is that sometimes the phone could fall over. It was hard to mount it that close to your face. A couple times I fell asleep and it fell off and hit me right in the face while I was sleeping. I was a big fan of the app, but using the phone like that was a bit of a con. So when they came out with the headset, I knew I had to check it out for myself. I originally unboxed it in January with the idea I was going to review it, but I was so eager to use it, I never reviewed it. But let's check out my unboxing from about 7 months ago. In this box is the Lumenate Nova. I paid $130 for this. Now, I bought this direct from the official website. I don't believe it's on Amazon yet. Now, they claim you can reach a deeply meditative, semi-psychedelic state with this. Allows you to relax and explore your mind and sleep better, guided by flickering light. Includes multiple high-precision LEDs, providing spatial depth and enhanced neurological effects. Lightweight fabric. Connects to the Lumenate app. You can control the app from the unit itself. There's some controls right here. There's also a group session feature that allows you to use multiple units. Now this just came out, so I have almost no info on it, so I'm gonna look over the instructions and then we're gonna get started. So now I've been using it for about 6 or 7 months. I probably use it about 4 or 5 days a week, sometimes for naps, sometimes to fall asleep at night, sometimes just clear my head. My pros are that it's comfortable, way more immersible than the phone. Like I see hardly any light whatsoever. It automatically pairs with the app and I can even lay on my side when I'm using it. So here's how it normally works without the headset. You have the app on, I have choose your own music, and it's using the phone flashlight for the flickering lights. I'm going to turn on the Nova headset. And now you can see it's actually flashing on the headset and the phone is no longer flashing. And when I put it on comfortable with my nose, it's a little bit too high. When I put it down a little bit, right in my eyes. Of course, you keep your eyes closed. And when it's on, your eyes play all kinds of tricks with you. Like right now I'm seeing, looks like almost like an old film when you see like the dust and scratch on the screen. That's kind of what it looks like. I'm seeing a red tint to everything. Typically I would put headphones on and listen to some sort of music or some sort of background noise to enhance the experience. But over time, the illusion changes. Like it started off red, now it's kind of a greenish or a bluish color. And it really takes you out of the moment you're in and takes you somewhere else. You're transformed into another place. I can see why they say it's semi-psychedelic, because it kind of feels that way. But to me, it just kind of gives my mind a reset in the middle of the daytime, or helps you fall asleep at night. It shuts my mind off because I have something to focus on. By the way, sometimes when the headset moves really fast, they show you this screen that says that the detected sudden movement. I think they're assuming you fell asleep, which in my case, that's usually what it is. The only real con I have is that the lights sit a little bit too high for me. Here's the lights right here. You would think that would line up with your eyes. But if I put it on so it's comfortable to my nose, the lights are kind of up here by my eyebrows. For me to line it up with my actual eyes, it sits kind of low on my face and pushes my nose in. Not a deal breaker, but that's the only real con I had. But that's my only real con. In fact, the battery life's incredible on this thing. I charge it every Sunday. I don't think I've ever seen a battery low indicator though. I don't even know if I need to charge that often. Now again, if you're sensitive to flashing lights, you want to avoid this app like the plague. So they have a whole bunch of programs you can use which are guided, and they're all very good. But I almost always use choose your own music, because I can play Spotify, I can play YouTube, and pick all kinds of things in there that suits the mood that I'm in. I fall asleep with these on pretty regularly. I'm not sure if you're supposed to, but I do. But even just for a quick nap sometimes in the daytime, or even just to take my mind off everything I'm doing, it's great for that. But again, I have no connection to either one of these companies. I just happen to find products of theirs that I used. In fact, I was so eager to use them, I never did my review. But if you've used the Lumenate Nova or the Mosquito Bite Healer, let me know what you think in the comments below. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time.